Your inbox. With KBRF Daily Headlines, you'll stay up to date on everything happening in your community. Sign up today and receive a roundup of the day's top stories all in one email. It's fast, convenient, and it's always free. From local updates to breaking news, KBRF brings you the headlines you need right at your fingertips. Visit kbrfradio.com and sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Well, that happened. How's it going, Mary?
Going good. Must be Monday.
It is Monday, and wow, Middle East has got some issues.
Oh my goodness. Well, I was just thinking as the music came on, no shortage of things to talk about today, that's for sure. Not that there ever are anymore. Wouldn't it be nice if we had a slow news day?
It would be awesome.
Yeah, and this one's kind of a big one over the weekend. And I don't know how you feel, but every time something like this happens, and of course, we are alerted immediately on our phones.
Yep.
I mean, you can't get away from it. And it always, when I read that for the first time, I do one of those gasps and think, oh my goodness, here we go. Okay, so it does kind of register in the pit of my stomach when I see these kinds of things.
Yeah.
But while it was a surprise to Iran, it shouldn't have been.
No.
They were given every opportunity to solve this diplomatically, and they've been given every opportunity for a very long time. Until this administration this time around said, that's it. We're not going to let you build up munitions that could reach anyone.
Yeah.
And we're just not going to allow this to continue. And when you make that determination and you give the go order, it's difficult. I mean, this is, we've got a very powerful military together with Israel, two of the most powerful in the world. But there will and have been casualties, and I suspect we'll see more of that. These are trained people who believe in our country and know exactly what they signed up for. But anyway, it's still hard. Don't you feel like you get that gut punch kind of?
Yeah.
When you read those details? I did watch the news conference this morning with Pete Hegseth and General Kane. And it was very interesting. Boy, I tell you what, Secretary Pete Hegseth does not mess around. And if one of the members of the press asks him a stupid question, boy, he tells them it's a stupid question. And, weren't you listening? And really, honestly, do you think I'm going to give away what we're going to do next? Do you want our adversaries to know exactly what our plans are? I mean, but he made them look ridiculous. And he did call out the fake news, and he called out NBC specifically. So I thought that was interesting.
Oh, I need to watch this.
Yeah. So it was kind of long. I think it was over 40 minutes.
Oh.
Both of them. So Pete Hegseth said, here's what we did. Here's how it came about. Very decisive. He's so articulate. So he came out and, gave kind of the background information. Here's what happened and here's what we did. And now for the specifics, let me turn it over to General Kane. So that's how that went. But it was about between 40 and 45 minutes. So It was a bit lengthy, but it went pretty quickly, and I thought it was worth listening to. And I was encouraged to see that it wasn't just Fox News that was carrying it for once. But NBC did, in fact, carry the entire piece, which I was surprised at. And you know, there's dancing in the streets, both in this country and around the world, and
Oh, yeah.
especially in Iran, where over 80% of the population is just in celebration to get rid of this hateful, awful person. And you talk about strategic attack. Wow, they did it again.
Yep.
And anyway, hopefully now, and the president has been so deliberate in saying, you know, this is not our country to go forward with. This is your chance, Iran,
Yep.
to take this opportunity to elect the person or persons who will be in charge and lead you to diplomacy, you know, and to lead you to a place where you can live freely, where women don't have to be second-rate citizens. They can go to school, they can work. All those sorts of things are, you know, available to those people now, but they need, it's up to them. And there were so many reporters over the weekend that asked, well, how is the president going to make Iran go forward? Well,
Iran
they
needs
kept
to make
saying, Iran, this is your deal.
Yeah.
We gave you the window, you know.
Don't mess it up.
Right. Here's your chance. And this is probably the one chance that they've had in a very long time to sort of live more as we live
Yeah.
in the United States. And of course, there are some protests that are going on, but nothing like you would expect when there is, you know, military action.
Yeah.
But so many people in the U.S. and especially in Iran are cheerleading for getting rid of their the supreme leader and what, about 40 of his cohorts.
Yeah, it was like the top 30 people in the government.
That's pretty, you know. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But, you know, they would like a democracy like we enjoy here in the United States. And, you know, we're hopeful that, you know, that there are some people in place or that will be in place that can make that happen for the Iranian people because, boy, they've been under a terrible regime for so many years. So we'll see how this goes forward. But anyway, another one, it made me think. I'm actually reading a book called Ground Zero, and of course it is about the attack in New York in 2001. And I think of that, and I think of this, and just think you and I lived through some pretty significant pieces of history. And here we go again. I feel confident in the people that are in charge of this mission. I don't think there's any like, oh gosh, what do we do next kind of stuff.
No.
This is a pretty orchestrated strike and mission, and I guess we'll see how it goes. Well, anyway, of course, the supreme leader was killed during that U.S. and Israeli strikes across Iran on Saturday, I think Friday their time. Of course, Iran retaliated with missile attacks on U.S. bases and Israeli locations, killing at least, I think it's 4 U.S. troops so far, and wounding a number of others. President Trump called the mission necessary to eliminate imminent threats and urged Iranians to take over your government. Here's your chance. So I'm hopeful that there's already, you know, some forward movement with that in mind. At least 22 people were killed on Sunday during anti-U.S. protests in Pakistan after the U.S.-Israeli offensive in Iran a day earlier killed over 200 people. Similar protests have since spread to Iraq, India, and other countries. When Iran is attacked, we feel our faith, our identity, and our very existence are being targeted. And this came from a student protester. Yeah, so I guess there are places, like we expected,
Yep.
that
The usual.
yeah, exactly. Police in Austin shot and killed a gunman who opened fire outside Buford's backyard beer garden early on Sunday. Authorities said the shooting left 2 people dead and 14 others injured. The FBI is treating the case as a possible act of terrorism. Officials identified the suspect as a 53-year-old originally from Senegal and a naturalized U.S. citizen. OpenAI reached an agreement with the Pentagon to supply artificial intelligence services just hours after President Trump ordered federal agencies to stop using Anthropic systems. The Pentagon had used that AI model in several classified operations, but the company insisted on protections against domestic surveillance and autonomous weapons. And meteorologists warn that clashing cold and warm air with Gulf moisture will create an active storm pattern from the plains to Ohio Valley in early March. Multiple storms will bring heavy rain and thunderstorms this week, with multi-day severe weather and flooding risk from Texas to Ohio. Flood risk will increase mid-March as persistent storms continue. And we could use a little bit of that rain around here.
We could.
We don't want feet of rain, as they're talking about, but it sure would be nice to have, and you and I say it all the time. It's March. It's the snowiest month.
Yep.
Sadly, folks, we're probably not out of the woods, would you say?
No.
Anything in the forecast this week? I didn't think there was much.
Possibly Friday. A little
Okay.
rain, snow mix.
Okay. All right.
But then again, last weekend we were supposed to get 3 to 4 inches. It said tonight, 3 to 4 inches. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, hey, Jan, how much snow did we get? None.
None. Okay, we like that answer. Although the
could use
ground and the lakes could really use it. But we were talking over the weekend. We said, but wouldn't it be nice to just get a nice steady rain for 3-4 days instead? Then we
Yeah.
know exactly where it's going, and I would think that probably is even better than even heavy wet snow, with just plain old rain. Nearly 1 in 3 American teenagers has prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. This is according to a study analyzing federal health data from 21 to 2023. They examined about 2,000 kids aged 10 to 19 and found that about 31%, or about almost a third, had elevated blood sugar levels. Boys comprised 62% of cases despite similar sample sizes, and there were less, of course, thankfully, of type 2 diabetes. But anyway, diet and exercise habits have, they're significant in predictors. But anyway, so it's a problem, and it continues to be a problem. You and I have talked about many times about all this over-processed food, highly processed food, and they're trying to fight against it. But boy, it's out there. And you know what? I'm with the rest of you. It's easy to drive through. It's easy to grab a pizza. It's easy to open a box of something. We try not to do that around our house, but I mean, hey, I'm not going to tell you I don't have a box of mac and cheese on the shelf.
Yeah.
And sometimes I will buy some of those frozen meals that are in a bag, that have the chicken and the vegetables and everything. And I suppose that's not the best either, but feels better than when it comes out of a box. I don't know why. But anyway, so we're seeing the effects, and we see it across the country. We see, the way kids look when they're and they're young. Anyway, it's something that we have to watch. But nearly 1/3 of American teens show signs of diabetes or prediabetes, and in many of those cases, you can change that by simple diet changes.
Diet and exercise.
And I should never say simple diet changes, because there's nothing simple about it.
No.
But, and one more thing with regard to health and eating, there's a comprehensive review published in the Journal of Poultry Science, finds moderate egg consumption does not increase heart disease risk for most people. So go ahead, make your eggs this morning. This contradicts decades of dietary warnings. And I feel like eggs are in the same boat as coffee and red wine. And
one study says this, one study says that.
I know. One day, go eggs. And the next day, you can't eat eggs. And one day coffee is good. And the next day, gosh, don't drink coffee. So I say, I don't care who tells me not to drink coffee. Never going to listen to that piece of advice.
Yep.
Yeah. That one I'm sticking with. That is, I never say never. I will never give up coffee. I don't think. Unless they absolutely, strap me to a chair and take my cup away. Not going to happen. All right. I guess that's what we've got. We'll talk a little bit, hopefully with Mary. I think as far as I know, she is around. And we'll talk about the upcoming Wednesday special.
Yep.
We love the Wednesday special and find out what that is. And it's March. It's a new month. So she'll be unveiling some new dessert features, too. So all that. And, yeah, it's always fun to talk about food. Why is that?
Because it's food.
Yeah. All right. So we're back with more after this on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
Federal guidelines have nearly doubled the number of Americans eligible for lung cancer screening. Insurance companies are required to cover these tests for those ages 50 to 80 who currently smoke or used to smoke. Along with new treatments, lung cancer screening saves lives. If you are 50 to 80 years old and smoke or used to smoke, talk to your doctor about lung cancer screening. For more information and to find a screening center near you, visit acr.org/mylcs. That's acr.org/mylcs.
How can you tell the weather's getting warmer? There's a spring in people's steps. Save money this year when you start your spring cleaning by shopping Fergus Falls Deals, where you can save 30 to 40% on certificates for restaurants, gifts, and upgrades to your home. There's something on Fergus Falls Deals for everyone. Be sure to check out the Deals on-demand certificates that you can get right on your phone. Put some spring back in your wallet at FergusFallsDeals.com.
At FergusFallsDeals.com.
KBRF presents Where to Eat, the culinary adventure, sponsored by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food in Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Zach Daniels.
And I'm Dave Bishop, your guide to the region's culinary treasures.
Join us as we explore various restaurants, uncover delicious meals, and highlight each restaurant's signature dish.
Experience diverse cuisine types, unique atmospheres, and must-try dishes. Check it out on KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app.
New episodes air every first Friday of the month. Where to Eat, powered by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food of Fergus Falls.
KBRFradio.com news. Get the news that matters delivered straight to your inbox. With KBRF Daily Headlines, you'll stay up to date on everything happening in your community. Sign up today and receive a roundup of the day's top stories all in one email. It's fast, convenient, and it's always free. From local updates to breaking news, KBRF brings you the headlines you need right at your fingertips. Visit KBRFradio.com and sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.
Previously on the Under the Hood Show. When I was a kid, I had a chance to get a chemistry set.
I got
Only
the
I'd have
chemistry
known.
set, and I started experimenting with the baking soda and the vinegar thing, and how cool that was. And, of course, I had to overdo it like I do everything. And I got it on a little bigger level, and I got in a lot of trouble, and we had to buy new carpet for the living room. It was not good.
You should listen to the Nordstrom's Under the Hood Show with the Motor Medics right here, KBRF, 1250 a.m., every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. I'm Tyler Donaldson here on the Red River Farm Network with your market update. Grains markets starting out the day a bit red across the board, but bean oil making a bit of a rally, 172 points higher at 63.55 currently. March canola also up a big $15.30 per metric ton higher currently. A lot of red on the board in the grains, though. Comstock Investments market analyst Joe Camp says the bean oil rally hasn't done much to move bean contracts any higher this morning.
Beans are down, even though we've got another considerable rally going for bean oil, and that tracking crude oil, which is $3.50 higher off the highs, but still firmer in response to the weekend developments with Iran, the new conflict there. It had already built some risk premium into the market in the lead up to this week, including right into the weekend on Friday. But, next step from here is unknown, whether we see cooler heads prevail and some risk premium taken back out of this market towards a more stable stance, or if something else pops up and we continue to see a strong bid behind these types of risk markets.
Cattle markets bouncing back to start the week off stronger.
Well, the cattle started sharply lower, and that was a continuation of the big break that they had to close the week last week. And that was the case then that we thought if we did go lower early on, would we be poking into at least short-run oversold type conditions technically? And then the other question fundamentally, again, asking ourselves, well, how far down does the board need to be below the cash?
You are listening to the Red River Farm Network.
This update from the North Dakota Gelbvieh Association. We're catching up with Brian Weary of Weary Gelbvieh at Hebron, North Dakota. This is an operation that's been running Gelbvieh cattle since 1984.
My belief is they last very long, the cows. Like, I have run some commercial cows too, and they seem to last longer than the commercial cows that are like crossbred.
The Gelbvieh female is known for a more manageable size for those mature cows.
The Gelbvieh cows probably average like 12.5 to 1,300 pounds, and these commercial cows are like 1,600 pounds. So maybe that's why they last longer.
These Gelbvieh cattle also very level-headed, making them very easy to handle.
I calve out everything by myself. It's very easy to go take a calf. I sit on them. The mama cow doesn't do anything. She just kind of looks at you and smells at you. So, yeah, they're very docile that way.
Gelbvieh cows able to wean heavier calves while still maintaining low birth weights. Smart, reliable, profitable. It's Gelbvieh cattle. Be sure to learn more at North Dakota GelbviehAssociation.com.
World Weather Incorporated senior meteorologist Drew Lerner is your trusted source for agricultural weather. From the northern plains,
we do expect some showers to develop and a couple of thunderstorms. The majority of the meaningful rain, though, is going to be in southern Canada.
To South America,
Buenos Aires, La Pampa, and Cordoba, but it doesn't occur until we get into next week, leaving plenty of time for changes in the forecast.
Drew Lerner, only on the Red River Farm Network. We're reporting agriculture's business. The stories that matter to you and your bottom line matter to us.
We've had a little ridge of high pressure, say a little upward bump in the jet stream.
So if you're an investor, a lot of that money can be either better utilized somewhere else or is costing you a lot more money to keep in commodities.
Many of those same clients in those states are really suffering with some issues on the rainfall shortages.
No one covers agriculture better than the Red River Farm Network. We're reporting agriculture's business.
May wheat Minneapolis is 2 cents lower at 6.10 3/4. Chicago May wheat's down 12 1/4 to 5.79 1/4. KC wheat's up a penny and a quarter, 5.74 even. March corn down 5 1/4, 4.33 1/2. March soybeans 6 1/4 down, currently at 11.51 even. In Winnipeg, March canola is up $15.30 per metric ton to 6.90 Canadian. April live cattle are 35 cents higher, 232.60. March feeders are 87 cents higher, 356.30. April hogs 52 cents higher, 96.25. This is the Red River Farm Network.
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away, it's Heard It on Hot Talk. Spot the fake news. Then the budget forecast is out. And there was much rejoicing. Another round of political conventions over the weekend. Hear who got endorsed and stuff. Then what's on deck this week in St. Paul. Maybe even a live Ox Across America broadcast. And if we bomb Iran, hear it first on Hot Talk with the Ox from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the Ox say?
How can you tell the weather's getting warmer? There's a spring in people's steps. Save money this year when you start your spring cleaning by shopping Fergus Falls Deals, where you can save 30 to 40% on certificates for restaurants, gifts, and upgrades to your home. There's something on Fergus Falls Deals for everyone. Be sure to check out the Deals on-demand certificates that you can get right on your phone. Put some spring back in your wallet at FergusFallsDeals.com.
At FergusFallsDeals.com.
Hi, this is Jessica with the Fergus Falls Monument Company. I help families feel supported from the very beginning by listening closely and guiding design and color choices. I help make the process clear and comfortable. Creating a memorial is important, and we take that responsibility seriously. For guidance and design options, visit foreverstonememorials.com.
Memorials that matter. Fergus Falls Monument. Memorials that matter.
Let's talk LDL. AKA bad cholesterol. The higher your LDL cholesterol, the higher your risk of a heart attack or stroke. Your health matters. Know your number. Talk to your doctor and get your cholesterol checked. And learn how to help lower your LDL bad cholesterol. Because your health is in your hands. Find out more at heart.org/LDL.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. It's Morning Talk, and one of my favorite segments, Two Marys and a Dave.
All right, and we say good morning and happy March to the other Mary out at the American Legion. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How's it going today?
I should not make you the other Mary. You should be the first Mary. I'll be the other Mary.
No, I'm okay with the other Mary.
Are you?
What does it really mean?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but just two Marys and a Dave. That's what we are here. Well, a happy March. We're already into the next month. Isn't that great?
It's awesome. Yeah, spring will be here before you know it.
I know it. And so we've got our the first 2 months of winter really behind us. And when you get January and February behind it and we start saying March, it kind of feels like spring. And of course, we're into the Lenten season. And that is something that we should highlight too. You always have some fish options for those people on Friday, right? That want to do that? Okay.
Yeah, on our menu, we always have shrimp dinner and walleye sandwich. But for Lent, we add cod as well.
Okay,
so you can get
great.
a cod sandwich or a battered cod dinner.
Okay, sounds great. So for anyone who wants a fish dinner on Fridays during Lent, you guys are there to help out with that. Well, let's talk Wednesday special. What's coming up?
Wednesday special this week is lasagna with a garden salad.
Oh, great.
Garlic toast and a treat.
Okay, sounds great. And speaking of treats, it's a new month, so you got some new features.
We do. We're going to have a grasshopper brownie,
Ooh.
a mint chocolate chip ice cream dessert, and then for the spring thing, a lemon meringue pie.
Oh, gosh, that sounds good. That sounds so springy. And I just love anything mint. So March is kind of my month. All the green minty stuff. Yeah. Looking forward to that. And Mary, let's just run down your hours quickly for both takeout and dine-in.
Sure. We're open Wednesday through Saturday. Our carryout is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 11 in the morning till 8 at night. And on Saturday, we're here from 3 until 8 for carryout. And dine-in is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, each day from 3 until 8.
All right. Got to tell you, I enjoyed last Wednesday's special, that hot beef sandwich with the mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, my goodness. That was fabulous.
It was a very popular one. It sold out a little earlier than we had planned.
Okay, well, it was amazing.
Good.
In fact, I couldn't begin to finish it. I ended up sharing it with somebody because that was a lot of food. But, oh, my gosh. That is comfort food at its finest for me. And, of course, anytime you add mashed potatoes, how can you go wrong, right?
You can't.
Yeah. Okay, Mary. And, maybe we should just mention, too, I know it's a ways down the road, but your baseball team is something that you are always wanting to promote. And they have their waffle feed coming up again, right?
It is. It's on April 19th. So mark your calendar. It's, I think, 2 weeks after Easter, I believe. And it's going to be here at our Legion Club.
Okay.
From 8 until 1.
Okay. So more details on that coming, but just wanted people to know about it and get that date on their calendar.
Absolutely.
All
Mark
right.
it down.
Okay, we're going to look forward to that Wednesday special, all those great new minty desserts, and that pie, too. Oh, my goodness. That sounds great. All right, we're looking forward to all the fun in March and all the good food. Mary, what's the number to call if we'd like to order something up?
Give us a call at 739-4633.
All right, Mary, have a great day.
You as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye. Mary from the American Legion. Oh, all those desserts sound so good.
Sound great, and then I know I always try to make it over for that waffle feed. That's always a fun event.
I know that is. That's why I wanted to make sure to mention that today, to get that on the calendar, because we know how fast time slips away, and that'll be here before we know it. So, okay, let's see.
One good thing we can talk about tonight, American Idol.
I know. I was just going to say, we've got American Idol. I've never looked so forward to Monday nights. And I've said this before. I was never an American Idol watcher. But of course, when we have one of our own who is competing, we certainly want to watch. And sometime in March is when we get to start voting. So, and we'll get all the skinny on that so that we can tell you how to go and vote for Chris Tunkseth, because we want to see him go far. But anyway, I assume, get to see him on tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, because it was kind of a cliffhanger.
It was a cliffhanger last time, and they left us hanging as to whether or not Chris was moving forward. So tonight you don't have to be seated at the edge of your seat anymore. You can use the whole chair after we find out tonight. So looking forward to that. Of course, that's on ABC, starts at 7 o'clock tonight. And we wish Chris the best of luck. And, thanks to all of you. And Dave, I'm sure you've heard it too, all the people that have said, thanks for doing that interview with Chris. That was great. We loved.
I was just going to mention the interview.
Yeah, and it was so much fun for you and I to have that opportunity.
And if you missed it, you can go to KBRF Radio on YouTube and then look up at the Morning Talk column, and then you can look back and find it.
And lots of people have watched it.
Yes.
Do you feel like wherever you went all of last week, people were talking about it? And it was so much fun. And I kept saying, easy for Dave and I to interview somebody like Chris Tunkseth. I mean, he was a great guest. And when you get a great guest, it sure is fun to have them on the air with you. And we just want to wish him the very best, and his whole family. We know that they'll all be probably together on the couch cheering him along again tonight. So, can't wait. Yeah, that's Monday nights for us now. Yeah, good deal. All right, let's see what else we've got for you. Just in case you're wondering, what state tops national fitness rankings? It's Vermont. And which state leads the nation in tipping generously? South Carolina.
Really?
Yeah, I guess so. Oregon comes in last in tipping.
Oh, I believe it.
Mm-hmm. And also, southern states are the ones that lag behind when it comes to national fitness ratings.
Yeah, I kind of figured Mississippi would be at the bottom.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are they always?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are they just like couch sitters, or?
I don't know. I've been to Mississippi once. So
okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
All
it's
right.
just I've seen a lot of those lists in Mississippi are usually at the bottom.
Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. Are you a Prince fan?
I respect Prince, but
Yeah.
I don't own any of his albums.
I would agree. I'm in your camp.
He's got a lot of good songs that I like.
Yeah.
But
we've got somebody in the building who is a crazy Prince fan.
Oh yeah, and he is crazy.
Yeah, he is a crazy fan. Well, there is a 5-day celebration of life event that has been planned to honor Prince 10 years after his death. Boy, that doesn't seem like 10 years ago. Prince Celebration organizers announced the event. It will run from June 3rd through the 7th across multiple locations in Minneapolis and St. Paul, along with Paisley Park, Prince's illustrious home, his recording studio and performance space. The tribute aims to celebrate the music, artistry, and cultural impact. And he did have quite a large impact. Opening festivities include a DJ dance party, First Avenue. He was at First
Oh,
Ave
yeah,
all the
First
time.
Ave, yep.
The legendary nightclub where much of Purple Rain was filmed, and a downtown block party at the iconic Prince mural. Attendees will receive exclusive access to unreleased music and rare concert footage, plus special celebrations for a variety of alum anniversaries, including the parade from 1986, Emancipation, 1996, and 3121, which goes back to 2006. VIP packages offer guided tours, Sunday gospel brunch, and VIP lunch access. How many of those things is Miles going to go to, do you suppose?
I got a feeling he's going to hit up a couple of those.
Yeah. Complete programming details will be released on March 25th. Tickets available through the event website. I wonder how expensive those tickets will be.
I don't think it'll matter to Miles.
No, probably not.
Interesting side note. However, there's really no way to prove if it's correct or not, but Prince may have been one of the very first people to ever play Oregon Trail.
Oh,
The
really?
computer game.
Okay.
His history teacher developed the game, and it was about the time that Prince had him.
Okay.
So there is a possibility that he was one of the testers and one of the original people to do that. But it is a fact that his teacher was one of the people is the guy that came up with Oregon Trail, and it was about the time that Prince had him. So
wow. Already 10 years since his death. How old was he when he died? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know off the top of my
I
head.
don't know either, but he was young.
Fairly young, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, still a big deal, especially in Minneapolis. Speaking of Minneapolis, I was thinking about that this morning when they were talking about, some protests that have erupted in certain parts of the world after these strikes over the weekend. It made me think about Minneapolis. And when's the last time you went to the news and saw that there were protests and scuttlebutt going on?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they were protesting Trump.
Well, I'm sure somebody is protesting something, but all of a sudden, though, we didn't have all that chaos in the streets. So the agitators, did they pick up and go somewhere else?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're wherever they think they need to be, or wherever the paycheck leads them.
I guess. But it's kind of nice that we haven't heard too much about all the goings-on in Minneapolis and all the bad stuff that was happening there. Legendary singer-songwriter Neil Sedaka passed away. He was 86 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, Neil Sedaka, distinguished singer behind chart-topping hits like Bad Blood, Breaking Up is Hard to Do, Laughter in the Rain is another one. He passed away on Friday at the age of 86. His family confirmed the death in the following statement posted to Instagram. Our family is devastated by the sudden passing of our beloved husband, father, and grandfather, Neil Sedaka, a true rock and roll legend, an inspiration to millions, but most importantly, at least to those of us who were lucky enough to know him, an incredible human being who will be deeply missed. TMZ reported Sedaka was rushed to an LA hospital Friday morning after not feeling well, so evidently this was a bit of a surprise. He was born in Brooklyn. He began his career as a teenager in the 1950s, scoring 3 Billboard Hot 100 #1 hits and 30 charting singles throughout his legendary career. Michael Bublé paid tribute to Sedaka by commenting, "A genius, a gentleman, a hero. How lucky we are to have had your light shared with us." While 16-time Grammy-winning singer-songwriter David Foster wrote, "A giant even amongst the giants," he proved that melody is king. Sedaka leaves behind his wife, daughter, and son, and 3 grandchildren. So 86 years old, and evidently this was a bit of a surprise. He was well, and then he wasn't. So, okay, here's an interesting story. Tom Hanks has a son named Chet, and he is stuck in Colombia. He encountered travel document complications.
Really?
The actor and musician traveled. He was traveling abroad all over the place, and following a Puerto Rico birthday celebration, discovered he cannot depart when attempting to fly home. Hanks entered Colombia using his Greek passport due to dual citizenship, avoiding his nearly expired U.S. passport to prevent potential travel problems. Now, if you're going to be traveling all over the world, you should probably make sure that your passport is valid.
Yeah.
However, airline personnel informed him that a foreign passport holder requires additional documentation for U.S. re-entry. I need a green card to get back into America, he explained on Instagram. I don't have a green card because I'm an American citizen, so I'm literally stuck in Colombia. He expressed frustration about needing U.S. Embassy assistance, requiring travel to Bogota for help. I literally have no idea what I'm going to do. Free me. I'm an American citizen.
Wow. I would have used my U.S. passport.
Well, it said nearly expired U.S. passport.
Nearly, but not expired.
Yeah, so why can't he get back in? I don't get it. But I bet we're going to hear a lot of complaints from the Hanks family because they are major liberals, and I bet we're going to hear about that. Here is a really, really good story. Maybe I should save that for the end. It's so good. How about a couple of trivia questions?
Ooh, that'd be good.
Okay. Yeah, one's going to be a shot in the dark, I think. How many breaths does the average human take in a day?
How many breaths?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot.
I'm going to go 10,042.
23,000. It's a lot of breathing.
A lot of breathing.
Yep. What is the most commonly broken human bone?
Most commonly broken human bone. I am going to go with the ulna.
What are you doing?
The ulna.
Oh, wow. I was just gonna go with arm. I just figured broken arms happen all the time. Clavicle.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess
I think I remember hearing that now.
Yeah.
Because they're always talking about why everybody breaks their collarbone in football, and they say it's because the clavicle is made to be broken.
I guess. And here is this is such a good story. We're gonna wrap up on this one, okay? Because it's so good.
But before we wrap up on that, you've been given a lot of time.
Oh, I have. Okay.
I'm going the 23rd.
The date, no, we're talking about, we've got this big pile of snow out in our parking lot, and we always have this contest every year to see when, and I'm talking about the last flake of snow.
Yep.
Sometimes you end up standing out there waiting for that last little piece to melt. Okay, so you're going the 23rd. I'm going to go, I hate to say this, but I'm going to go March 28th.
28th.
And I hope I'm way late. I hope I'm really wrong. But I just see us getting more snow to push up to make the pile larger.
Yep.
So anyway, how many people do we have? Quite a few
that
have waited?
You and I always go first.
Okay.
And that's why it was kind of like we kind of need to get this going.
Okay. Got to do it. Okay.
You and I vote first, and then everybody else votes.
Okay. So March 28th. I'm gonna. Yeah. You've got us down now, so I don't have to remember anything, right?
Yep.
Okay, so here's this good story. Jimmy Rush Jr., who is 80, and his 99-year-old father, Jim, walked into Winsel's Oyster House in Mobile, Alabama. They did this last Monday, and they were coming in to claim free oysters under a decades-old wall sign that they happened to see. The restaurant's placard had promised free oysters to any man 80 years old, accompanied by his father. Thinking, that's never going to happen. Well, guess what? His dad is 99 and he is 80. So it works.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, free oysters to any man 80 years old, accompanied by his father for roughly 88 years, serving more as a novelty than an actual policy. Well, the general manager said, yep, I'm going to honor the offer, as staff shucked oysters for Jim Sr., a World War II and Korean War Navy vet who prefers his oysters plain. The Rush family had monitored the sign for years, ensuring it remained valid for Jimmy's 80th birthday celebration. Jim Sr., who worked 30 years at the post office after military service, plans to return when his other son, Carl, turns 80 in 2 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
The restaurant celebrated the moment on Facebook, noting some jokes just age really well. So anyway.
That's awesome that the general manager's like, yeah.
Yep, we got to comply. I'm sure they never even thought about it, that this could potentially happen.
And just think of all the free advertising that's gotten
absolutely. Yeah, and to have some fun with something like that, why not? All right. Well, coming up on 10 o'clock, that's a wrap for a Monday. Thanks for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. Have a great day.